Hi guys, this is Rick from KRVS Productions, also known as KRVS Computers locally. What I have here is I'm actually working on getting the hardware together for the customer build, the Thermaltake armor series case. As you can see, the motherboard that we're going to be using is a K9N SLI Platinum. The processor is an AMD Athlon X2 6400, the black edition, so it's got the unlocked front side bus. Or the unlocked multiplier, sorry. Also, I'm going to be using the Zalman 9700 series heatsink and fan. Corsair memory, a total of 4 gig. This is going to be a really nice setup. The hardware that's in this is relatively at my cost. It's a little bit over $2,300. It's also going to be SLI. I know a lot of you on the forums have said that, you know, SLI to 8600s, you can get better performance out of 8800. Okay, let's get this straight right now. Okay, I build what my customer wants, how they want it, when they want it. I offer my opinion. They take my opinion. If they don't like my opinion, then so be it. But as you can see, I'm actually sitting here wrestling with the heatsink and fan, trying to get the locking mechanism to lock into place. I actually get it to sit right, you know, in my hands, but the minute I go to lay it on the motherboard, on the processor, it actually gives me a hard time. Something about these fans that you need to be careful of is try not to get any kind of fingerprints on it. So it's definitely, you know, kind of hard that way. But as you can see, you know, like I said, I'm still wrestling with it. Man, I'm really wrestling with that hard. Now that I actually look back at you know, what I did earlier today, man, it's kind of interesting. I don't know where I went, but I went somewhere over here. Anyway.
But what you get is not quite what you choose. Tell me how long, woman, will you weep? How long, rock yourself to sleep?
What I'm doing here is I'm getting ready to add the Arctic Silver down to the processor now that I've actually got it laid down. And one of the things that you got to remember is when you're actually fixing the processor to the to the socket and the board, make sure you don't force it. Make sure the pins line up, because I mean, if you bend those pins, I mean, they're not easily to straighten all the time. Sometimes it takes a credit card or a or a very fine, straight edge screwdriver to get them straight again. Here you can actually see that I'm adding, a grain size, like a rice grain size piece of Arctic Silver 5 to it for the thermal compound. That's all I ever use is the Arctic Silver 5. I don't use any of the Zalman thermal grease. I've tried them both on, in two identical test theories, and Arctic Silver 5 has always, performed better. At least in my opinion. Here you can actually see I'm taking just a simple piece of cardboard to, cut off a box that's behind me. And with that box, with that piece of cardboard, I spread the Arctic Silver out. Get it nice and even over the processor, so you don't have just one giant glob right in the middle, and you have to rely on the heatsink, to spread it out. In other words, this is done evenly, so it's an even spread over the heatsink and processor, so it makes a good good connection.
somebody. Everyone is out there on the loose. Well, I wish I lived in the land of fools. No one knew my name. But what you get is not quite what you choose. Tell me how long, woman, will you weep? How long, rock yourself to sleep? How long, muddy river runs so deep. How long?
Now what you'll find me doing here is I'm actually getting ready to put the memory sticks in. The memory that we're using, as I said before, is the Corsair XMS2. And as I stated before, I do believe the timings are the 44412. I do believe, which actually will give it a pretty decent speed. Corsair is actually a really nice memory. I either use Corsair or I use G-Skill. Out of all the builds that I do, those are the two brands that I use. I'm an authorized retailer for MSI, so you won't see me do too many builds not using MSI, and that's just because they give me really good deals on their motherboards, and I've been trying to get with Asus, but Asus is just not cutting it. As you see here, that I went ahead and pulled the case back up on the bench, and we had the IO shield. Which what I end up having to do with the IO shield is I have to remove all the options on this IO shield. This motherboard has everything: FireWire, coax, 7.1 surround, you name it, it's got it. So with that done, got that moved out of, taken care of. So I'm just showing the motherboard mounted. A lot of times I see people just mount the motherboard without the processor, fan, and then they try to do it inside the case, and that's just too hard. Anyway, I find it easier to do that, do it this way. Anyway, I just wanted to say thank you, and this is Rick with KRVS Productions, also known as KRVS Computers, in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Thank you for watching the video.